guys. So I have a little bit of stuff to tell you. Um, Last night, well, not last night, but early this morning, around 3:30 in the morning, 3:40 in the morning. Um, Last night, I looked at my weather app on my phone, like I usually do every night, and um, I saw this big long band of red, like on the radar. When you're looking at the map, like a big long band of red and dark yellow, and needless to say, um, my anxiety went through the roof and I started freaking out. Not really freaking out, but anyway, 3:40 in the morning, the little weather alert alarm started going off on me and James's phone, and then shortly after that, the tornado siren started blaring outside. So I got up and I went and I talked to James and I asked him, I'm like, Are you looking at the weather? And then I flipped the TV on to the news station real quick, and he just looked at me. He's like, "Go get the kids and go in the bathroom right now." So I was freaking out. It was pouring rain. The wind was so hard and strong. It was like it was like almost sound like a freight train coming through and right outside our door. I mean, the wind was just really heavy, and it was very frightening, especially in the middle of the night. So we got the kids up, or I got the kids up and went to the bathroom and got in the bathtub with the girls, and James came in, and anything, and piled like pillows up around us, stuff like that. And he grabbed a big blanket and he just came in the bathroom. And then about a couple minutes later, the power went out in the house. So, I mean, it was just really scary. I had to calm myself. I was just like, I felt like I was going to puke if I didn't calm myself down. But it was very scary, especially if you're sleeping. And I have a hard time going to sleep at night. And I had just fallen asleep a little after 2 o'clock in the morning. And then around 3:40 is when that weather alert thing said tornado warning and to take immediate shelter. So it was just really kind of nerve-wracking because if you ever are asleep and something scares you, like if you wake up from a nightmare or something and it's just kind of like you're breathing heavy and you're scared and you're not completely awake and you have to try to think, and then we had to go grab the girls and get them and bring them into the bathroom because, I mean, you don't know. I mean, down about 5-10 miles down the road, there was a tornado that had been seen, and which kind of freaks me out because the tornado that was coming up was heading towards the area that my dad and my brother and my cousin and my cousins are down from here. So anyways, that was our day, and I was afraid that they weren't going to have school today because the power had gone out. So, but anyway, the power came back on shortly, close to about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I kept looking, and I'm like, I'm not saying anything about school closings, even though it was still, the weather was still bad. It was pouring rain, but it slowed down a little bit. And I was like, well, you still got school, kiddo. So I told her, I said, eat breakfast, get dressed, and Mommy will bring you to school. So Grace went to school today. So I'm just glad it's all over with. I just really hate tornadoes. Was talking to Grace tonight, and I told her, I said, if I had to, even though both of these, a hurricane and a tornado, are both horrible things to live through. I've lived through both, actually. I mean, I've never actually experienced a tornado per se. I've never seen one in real life. But living in North Carolina and now here in Texas, we have seen and heard, I mean, like, we've had a bunch of tornado warnings and stuff like that. I mean, I remember a couple years ago there was one in North Carolina when we lived, and I was out at the store and I was on the way home, and there was like, it had already started, and that was really scary too. But I would rather honestly live through a hurricane than a tornado. I know that sounds weird. Both are very dangerous. They can cause a lot of damage, but at least you can prepare for a hurricane. You cannot prepare for a tornado. A tornado just happens, So anyway, even though I had a feeling, the weather was gonna be getting bad. I knew it was gonna be bad because I saw the weather radar on my phone weather app. So anyways, we ended up, James and I did not sleep well, so we ended up, after I got home from bringing Grace to school, I came in and I sat down, and Avery went back to sleep, and James and I went back to sleep. So it was a rough day, but anyways, we had a pretty peaceful evening. We actually went out for supper, and so anyway, I hope you guys have a good night or good day, any time of day that you might be watching, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.